Fearless Gamers, Matt here for Fearless Games, and today we're going to do another entry in the Book Corner. This time we're going to be talking about the Dark Eldar. Okay, no one on the channel has a problem with that. So, today's book is going to be The Path of the Renegade by Andy Chambers, the book one in the Dark Eldar series. This is kind of like I don't know if he was inspired by Gav Thrope doing his Path of the Eldar series, or if it was just convenient timing that his book came out fairly soon, fairly recently after Path of the Warrior came out. But in all essence, it's basically the same basic format. It's a 3-book series. As far as I'm aware, it does follow characters that are... The next book will follow a character that's from this book. I'm not entirely sure because, as of right now, that's not coming out until March 2013, according to the cover of this book. The inner cover. But, so let's break it down. The story is about this dark city of Komorag. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, so please forgive me. I am horrible with pronunciations, especially when it comes to names from the Warhammer 40,000 universe. And it's being controlled by this Archon known as Vek, who is basically ruling with an iron fist. And there are a couple of Archons who are not happy with this. One of them being what's his name, Yilithan, or Yalithan, or however you wish to pronounce that. I think his first name is like Vek or something. No, it's not Vek, it's Zarin or something. Let me just really, because it's going to bother me until I find out his name. His name is... It's not in the book. It's Naos. Sorry, thank you. So his first name is Naos, or Nios, or however you wish to say it. Again, terrible pronunciations of names like this, so I do apologize if I'm butchering these names. So he's got a plan to overthrow Archon Vek, or I believe that's what they refer to him as Archon Vek, or I think they just call him Vek for most of the book. Or High Lord Vek. It's really, I can't really remember what his title was, because he's not mentioned too much in the book, and he doesn't make too many appearances. But Naos plans to work with a bunch of Archons to bring back this legendary warrior to overthrow Vek and take the city back. Now, in terms of, shall we say, book terms and such, it's actually not that bad of a read in that front. You find yourself not really needing to figure out what his terminology is, what these items are. He's very bare bone with terms and tries to avoid using a lot of terms that are not in the Codex. Primarily, the only time there's any like real weird names that you may not know are the name of some weapons and the name of some vehicles and a couple and the army unit names. But other than that, he never says, doesn't really use a lot of terminology where you're just like, what the is he talking about? Wiki up all these Dark Eldar terms. Nothing like that. So in terms of reading, it's very simple and a nice, easy read, which is a lot saying from someone who is not that big of a reader, nor is very quick at reading. So for me to say that the book was a very easy read is a very good thing. Means it's a very simple read, so it's a nice light reading, I guess is a good term for it. Pacing-wise, it is very slow, in my opinion. There are a lot of points where it just seemed like nothing was going on, and then it was just, build up and build up and build up and build up and build up. But the payoff is well worth it. There's a lot of little plants that when the payoff comes off, you're just like, you get a nice amount of satisfaction, and just the way it's executed is wonderfully done. To the point where, at first I was saying like, wow, this is going to be a book I really trash. I was not happy with this book. I got a very sense, like I did with Prospero Burns, I just was not enjoying the book at all. But near the end of the book, when everything finally comes together, it was very satisfying, and I was glad that I stuck with it for the entirety of the book, and it basically changed my opinion. From this was, a very bland, uninteresting book, to a very, let's see, like I said, the book is a slow pacing, but the payoff at the end is worth it, by far. Now, in terms of the sequels, the book didn't leave me wanting to read the rest. That's the thing, like, it was a great standalone book, but I'm not looking to pick up the next book in March unless I absolutely have nothing else to read. Then I'll pick it up. But by then, another book series should be out, and I'll probably be reading that one instead. So, it's a very good standalone book, but the book doesn't make you... I feel that the book doesn't make you want to read the other books, in a sense. I feel like you can get away and just be satisfied with the ending to this book and not need to. And in fact, it really... So in that sense, as a trilogy, the book doesn't do well to make you want to read the next book. But like I said, the payoff at the end of the book makes you glad that you read the whole thing to the end. So, on a general note, you may, when you start reading the book, you may not be really enjoying it, but you gotta keep through with it, because probably, if you're like me, and like I said, you may be thinking, like, yeah, this is really slow, nothing's really going on. It gets great as it goes on, and by the end of it, you most likely will feel that this was a really good book. You can still pick it up at like places like Barnes & Noble. That's where I usually go for all my books. The Black Library website, or the Games Workshop website. I think this book is still available. And that's really all I can say for this one. So, until next time, fearless gamers, take care.